Hey guys, a lot of you have been requesting example solves, so today I'll try to make them as advanced as I can. They will all be on white cross, and when I do advanced techniques, I will show them up here for the link to the tutorial for it. And if you want to just see all of the things that I end up talking about, you can check the description. Alright, so for this scramble, I see this and this. And the first good thing I notice is orange and green here because of the way they're set up. If I insert orange, I get green set up here right away. So that's just a thought, and thinking to where it will end up with this. This is actually pretty good as well. So I can do D to insert blue, and then on the way in, just insert red like that. And then D prime at the end. All right, so coming back to here, I also look for the first pair during inspection, and so that's likely going to be this if it stays in the top layer. So what I usually check for is corners that end up in the top layer, and then wherever the edges, it typically ends up being pretty easy. That's just the general rule I use. And so here, when I do this, this moves over by F, and then later when I do red and blue, it's going to move by F prime again and end up back here, but then when I fix blue at the end, this one's going to move over like that. So I'm going to change the cross solution a little bit to make this nicer. So same cross solution up till here, there's my pair, and then here I'm going to have to rotate if I do D prime and then do this pair. So here what I do instead is wide U prime, that way that I don't have to rotate right away. So here I'm going to do this, and as I'm doing this, I don't see immediately any other pairs that I can use. I mean, these two I think I'm going to be able to use it, but I didn't see it, so I just quickly take a look at what I have here, and then I see these. So, okay, I found the pairing one for this, although I was going to do this one first. So then I just solve this one, which can be done like that, and then insert into the back. And here, okay, so for look ahead here, I don't know what that one is, and I'm just going to look at this one. It's not the orange-blue, so I saw the corner here. So the last one must be right here, because looking at all the other pieces, they're all not orange and blue. So because I was kind of filtering for what the last pair color is going to be, I can quickly deduce that it's going to be this one. So I do this pair, and then here there is a way to do this pair. I'm actually going to not do the advanced way, but the advanced way would be like this, and that pairs it up back here. Crazy, right? So I'm going to do instead just rotate and do this. That way I get my edges done on top, and then here I can do a COLL algorithm. Ooh, this actually is going to skip. All right, so kind of like ZBLL. Here we have this orange one solved, and we have green here, red here, and blue here. So wow, this is actually pretty good. So what I notice is that each of them are attached to their opposite center, which means that I can just align orange to its opposite center and then insert all of these, and then that will be my cross. I'm going to do orange first, and then what I notice here is that this pair here, I can actually preserve it because if I insert red followed by green rather than the other way around, so if I do green first, I get a split up pair like this. But if I do red first, the pair gets shifted over, then green moves it into the top. And then blue here, and then here I can just do D2. I don't think I actually would have saw this because I was too focused on this pair, but right here I can also, since this corner is solved, I can also do a keyhole technique to get me an X cross. An X cross being just when you solve your cross and first pair at the same time. So here, before I do D2 to align this cross, I can solve this edge so that when these two are both solved, it'll be an X cross. So to solve this edge, I just move it into here like this. All right, then D2 and insert this pair into here. All right, blue and red, and it's either this one or this one, I can't tell, so I will rotate, and it's this one. So I will do that, and then insert it here, and lastly, these two. All right, OLL, geez. Okay, so I don't actually do this in solves, but I'll do it now. If you do the OLL that I was about to do, which is like all lefty, then what happens is with this corner pattern, you end up with a diagonal corner swap. So instead, what I'm going to do is, I don't know, I do this sometimes, which is the righty normal alg, which gives me all of the corners solved, and then just U perm. All right, so for this scramble, this is actually really nice. So the first thing I notice is that this makes a square, which I could then manipulate to make an X cross, and that wouldn't be a bad solution just by like inserting red here, then do blue, then do green, and so on. But there's actually a nicer way to do this, which is just by ignoring this completely, and it does just make an X cross anyway. So if I were to ignore this, how I would do the cross solution is by doing red, blue, because green's pretty much done, so I'll leave that for the end. So red, blue like that, and that doesn't solve it, but then if you think ahead, the orange, when I insert this into the back here with D prime, is actually going to solve that by itself. So that's pretty interesting. I'll just finish the cross, I guess. So then I see this one and this one. So that'll be my first pair. All right, so by the way, anytime you're about to solve diagonal slots, it's really important that you be good with look ahead, assuming you're at the level where you should do look ahead. So if you watch my how to improve your F2L video, look ahead is something that you should focus on later, not something you should do right from the start, because you need to see an F2L pair, instantly know what to do with it, and then that's when you should actually focus on look ahead. So as soon as you see this, if you just know what to do instantly, then, and you can do it really, really quick without thinking, that's when you should focus on F2L. So this is some advice for all the people who are at that stage. So probably at least sub 25 or sub 20. Then when you see this, and you know you're about to solve diagonal slots from each other, it's hard to look ahead to both of these at once. So it's really important, maybe not for this case because it's kind of easy to see these, but it's really important that you pay attention to pieces. And if you don't see anything here, immediately look to the other side because you might see something there. So that's just an important thing to note. So here, since I do see something, I got kind of lucky. I'll do these two, or these two, both are fine. Ooh, interesting trick I think I can do here. If I try to do this one first, I get two pairs like this that can both insert at once. I would never do this in a solve, just a disclaimer, but here's what it would look like. So you just do the first move of them together and then do that together. All right, sweet. Now OLL and PLL. Okay, here I have plenty of bad pieces. I have red here and I have blue, orange, green. All of them, well, these three are bad pieces because they take more than one move to become attached to the white. The first thing I'm thinking of doing is actually using red to push on something to make it good. So if I push on blue here, then I end up with red blue, which is not right. So if I instead do this way and do that, I get red green. So I don't know if that's well, it's probably not the best way to do this cross, but it's just the first thing I thought of, so that's what I'm doing. All right, then put orange at the back here, and then just do blue last. Whoops. Then this pair, so rotate so it's in the back. Okay, so nothing came out of there. So immediately for look ahead purposes, I'm gonna look down. And I see this one, and I just saw its edge over here. So I'm gonna do that one next. And so now I have diagonal pairs. So just like I said in the last solve, make sure you pay really good attention to everything else when you get diagonal pairs, because look ahead is very hard. So I see this edge. So first thing I'm gonna do is check if that's the corresponding edge, and there we go. So I'll pair these two with sledgehammer, and then insert to the back. And then these. So here, what you can do to orient this edge, here, sometimes just to avoid rotations, I might do like that and then just solve this pair, especially if there's a cross already done on top. But if not, and you have this specific pattern, you can do it in a few ways. One of them is like that, or you can just move it here if you don't want to do those moves and do sledgehammer, and then that gives you some edges. All right, and then soon, and then Z-perm. All right, for this scramble, I notice, wow, I have blue here and it's attached to misoriented orange and red. So if I insert blue, I get this, which is not good. So I can just move blue the other way and now they're all set up. So that's what I'll do. So what I'm gonna do is actually, well, there's a couple ways I can do this. The first way is after setting these all up, green is the only one not set up. So I do mention in the advanced cross tutorial that you should deal with the worst pieces first. So in that case, I could just do green first like that, align it, and then put all of these in. Although my first thought, just to simplify the cross, because I wanted to not have to worry too much about how I do the cross solution and focus more on first pair. So I noticed that it might just be easier to track pieces if I do this like that and then insert blue and insert green after. So sometimes I like to simplify the cross if it just means getting to first pair earlier in inspection, because that typically is better than just having like a barely better cross. Okay, just trying to look ahead to first pair. What I notice is that this one is going to end up with a white sticker back here, and then this one is corresponding pieces right here, and then when I insert green, that'll bring it all up to the top. So like that, there it is, and then inserting green brings that all up to the top. Now, as I did that, I noticed this was solved, and there's the corresponding edge right here, so I can do keyhole here. So I'm just going to do these two first. And then here, what I'm going to do is to get two solved back slots, instead of rotating this way to do keyhole, because I need this to match the side colors to not rotate, I will rotate the other way and then bring an unsolved corner into this spot where this solved corner is, insert this one, and then undo that. All right, then I see these two. There's also these two, but I saw these two first, so I'll do these two. and then these. Right, and then OLL, this pattern is going to give me headlights on this side. So if I'm righty, that's good. If I'm lefty, I will do that. And then, well, A-perms don't follow the rule. They use headlights on the other side, but I use mirrored A-perms. I use righty A-perms instead of lefty like I usually for all algorithms. So that's just something I do because I liked having headlights on the same side every time. So thanks for watching. I hope you're able to learn something new in this video. Make sure you don't try to take it too advanced. If you want to see a general progression of how you should be improving and what to focus on at each level, then you can click on the screen for the Sub X playlist. But if you're looking for anything specific, then check the description as I list all of the things that I talked about in this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.